Afternoon. This video is in regards to the Mini Cooper headlights, pretty much the Depot brand. I understand that you might be having some functionality concern in regards to the low beam and high beam. Pretty much this video documentation is to take the time just to show a possible workaround. I have my mechanic right here trying to pretty much switch the wiring internally around just so that we can maybe achieve the correct functions for your low and high beams. So this headlight, we've already actually flipped around the configuration internally so that the low beam wire meets the high beam and the high beam wire meets the low beam. So right now, oh, I do apologize. This is the headlight that we've already flipped the wiring around. This side is actually we haven't touched yet. So my mechanic's going to go ahead and bench test it to confirm its current functions right now. So that should be actually the high beam, and then that in configuration is using the one that's fatter in the middle. So that's high beam. Moving on to low beam will be the thinner pin on the end, and whereas the black one's actually be the grounding negative, the red one will be triggering the positive for the low beam. So again, that's triggering just the low beam. So this headlight side is the one we haven't touched yet. We're moving on to the side that we've already changed the wiring inside so that the low beam meets the high beam and the high beam meets the low beam. So you can see again. Alright. So that should be just the low beam triggering on right now. Flipped around the polarity, that's why. Moving on to the high beam. So again, now the low beam pin is now going to be the high beam pin. That's pretty much we've switched the internal wiring around. So you can hear the internal shutter clicking on and off, which pretty much drops the internal shutter to allow the projector to be in high beam mode. So at this part, we're going to go ahead and show you how to cut the internal wires, the low beam and high beam, so that you can pair them up with its opposite wire to achieve the functionality that you might be wanting. So this part video, we're going to go ahead and move on.